Kuhn is the fullback with the first and goal. Kuhn gets the call. Pyle trying to make his way in for the touchdown. What a great second effort. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. I said so, I keep big bills up in my heart on the dirty like blood, so ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful. Wolf back. What's going on? It's your boy, the Wolf of Roto Street. RotoStreetJoe.com. We breed and feed you fantasy wolves. Here with a very special Saturday edition of the Fantasy Fullback Dive. We got Saturday football kicking off, and your boys are going to be live downtown Beverly, Old Planters Brewing, the best beers in town. Come on down. And seltzers too. And Look at that. Morning seltzers. Cheers out there. I'm drinking the Old Soul version 1, A+, so damn good. But Wolfpack, thank you so much for joining us, whether you're live on the camera or if you can get down here, if you're local enough, come on down, show some support for your boys. We'll be here the next 2 hours answering all your questions, and then for all the games after. We've got a pretty interesting slate coming up here today too. But as you can see, I get to finally be next to my man, CJ. How are we doing today, brother?
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Actually, those like Facebook memories.
Yes.
Every year. So I swear to God, we must have been next to each other for 1,000 days in a row. Because every memory I go, it's like last 3 to 7 years.
Yes.
It's just we're next to each other on like your shitty futon, just like
hanging out. I know.
Like
now you're a little boy. You're too far away. Can't get my hands on you. Sad. But no, we are back. It's awesome to be back together. I know a bunch of the other Roto Street writers and legends, Jimmy Keegs, a bunch of you guys are coming down, and I know it'll be a great crowd coming in. We can advertise at 11:30, but at this point, we're open, we're live, we're drinking beer. So if you're catching this and you're like, I want to go get a beer, get on down here, Wolfpack. It will be awesome. As always, we'll rip through some quick Thursday night football takeaways. I'll get from some news. I think, should we go live tomorrow? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. It is Sunday morning. We're going to have a banger of a day today. Yeah. So we will see. But hopefully you're here live. We'll probably go live still tomorrow just to catch up. Maybe rip a mailbag tomorrow. But we'll hit all the news and everything you need to track today. Obviously, there'll be some Saturday sit starts as well, given we got the Colts versus the Vikings kicking it off. Then we got the Browns versus the Ravens. And wrapping up tonight with a big game, big divisional showdown between the Bills and the Dolphins. So you guys probably have a ton of questions. We want to get right into that, but let's dive into first those Thursday night football takeaways. Big one is CMC just remains an absolute monster. 32 touches, ridiculous. 108 yards on the ground, 30 through the air, gets to 22 fantasy points, 1 touchdown. Monster day. You were drafting today. Would you take him 1 overall?
Yeah, of course. And I love that the one league I didn't make the playoffs. I had CMC and Tyreek Hill.
Of course.
Now they're just useless.
How do you not make the playoffs with those two studs? Oh, man. That's tough that you didn't make it. I did make the playoffs in a bunch of leagues and thankfully started Brandon Ayuk. Yay. 2 catches, 19 yards, an absolutely abysmal day for him after he'd been above 9 points in 7 straight weeks, decides to just disappear. No Debo. He'd been a smash play. Sorry if you used him on my recommendation. If Thursday Wolves, I definitely encourage plenty of you to use him. I did mention George Kittle was in a great spot, and he smashed 93 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 catches. Told a bunch of you guys to bench. They were asking Jeff Driscoll versus Kittle. You got to go George Kittle in that situation.
The website's back up.
Website's back up. Love to hear that as well. Only other big takeaways. Brock Purdy just looks really solid. 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, 17 to 26. So good performance from him. He's keeping this team afloat, looking like a stud. And Kittle was raving about him in the postgame. So I feel still good about my
players. Love him. I know Debo was tweeting about him. The players love him. Ayuk was talking about him a few weeks ago.
Truly the only quarterback that can't play in Kyle Shanahan's system is Trey Lance, who they sold the farm for. So that's a dynasty question for another day. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Brock Purdy, though, looking like an absolute stud. Not even a stud, just gets it done. Like first 12 completions.
It's Shanahan just knows what he's doing.
He does.
He can make anyone look good except for Trey Lance.
Except for Trey Lance, exactly. And then the last big takeaway was Lockett did get hurt, but it is a bit more optimistic. In fact, Pete Carroll's very optimistic. He's always very optimistic. So he said Chris Carson was going to be ready to go for training camp, and he retired like 7 months later with a debilitating, awful injury. So I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. But Lockett did have 7 catches, 68 yards. It was okay for those of you that used him. And DK was fine, but nothing great. Similar to Ken Walker, 47 yards and 32 on the ground, 32 through the air. a mediocre day, but it looked fully healthy, so you can roll him out moving forward. That was the toughest run D you could possibly face, and he had an okay day. So not bad day for Ken Walker, and you just got to make sure to handcuff Jordan Mason to CMC. It does look like we already got a super chat. It was live before we even went live, so I didn't even see that one pop up. But Craig Sarno tossing us $10. Thank you so much. What do we got for Craig?
Hey, he's a Beverly guy. Why isn't he here? Yeah. Once again, I feel like there's always an excuse. There's always something.
Yeah, probably working or has a child or something he has to deal with. Jeez. We'd rather you be here than have your $10. But thank you for your support.
I'd rather just have a beer instead of $10. So Sarno, what's up? Happy PPR after sneaking into the playoffs and losing Wilson, Debo, and Pierce.
Tough.
I need 2 receivers, a running back, and a flex. So we're going DPJ, Gallup, Zay Jones, Pickens, Foreman, Gibson, McKinnon.
Ooh. All righty. I love McKinnon this week. Honestly, I feel the safest about him. He gets Houston. He's been the running back 3 across the back-to-back weeks. When it's crunch time and the Chiefs need somebody to go, McKinnon comes through. You guys know I've always been a McKinnon boy. So I like him the most, but we now need to pick out the 2 receivers. Do you like McKinnon over those other running backs like Foreman and Gibson?
Yeah, I love Brian Robinson today, but Gibson, no, I'm going McKinnon there out of those 3. I'm actually sitting Foreman in my other league.
Yeah, I bench it for Ayuk. Yay. Well done, Wolf. So for the receivers.
He may go awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. For the receivers, I think I'm leaning DPJ and Zay Jones myself. I mean, Zay's been, 10-plus targets in 4 of his last 5, like looking real solid.
Yeah, those are my first 2 leans.
Perfect. So we're aligned there. DPJ, 8 catches, 12 targets, over 100 yards. I was a little worried about the win there, but we'll talk about that in the news. It doesn't look too concerning today.
I did have a friend text me about DPJ or Fournette in the flex. Would you go Fournette there?
DPJ versus Fournette. I'd go DPJ there. Yeah, Fournette's in a timeshare, the lesser half of a timeshare. Yeah, I would do that too. So that's a good measuring bar for DPJ. We get a lot of DPJ questions, it looks like, in the comment section, so we will be sure to hit all those for you, Wolfpack. Absolutely. Now moving into, thank you again, Craig Sarno, for that support. And a free way to support your boys is that thumbs up button. Do help us get out to more people as we get started on this stream. And an even better way would be to come on down to Old Planters Brewing, watch the games with us, have some beers, get your questions on in live. We'll, of course, prioritize those ones as well. Moving on to the quarterback position for our news today. Mike White, he is out against the Lions. This is brutal. That is awful because that means Zach Wilson is starting. And I did the splits for these guys. Games with anything with other than Zach Wilson. That Garrett Wilson is averaging 19.27, like a genuine bona fide wide receiver 1 type of play. With Zach Wilson in the lineup, Garrett Wilson drops to 8.37 points per game. Is that anything? Oh, it's okay, but it's still very sketchy. Now you look at Elijah Moore, 13.8 points per game with anybody other than Zach Wilson, 5.4 with Zach Wilson. He went from a streamer I was really interested in to somebody I'm not touching at all. So no Elijah Moore for me today. Not going there at all. Garrett Wilson's still talented enough. We'll see your set starts and see what you have, but I dropped him to like wide receiver 27 or 28. I don't love it, but he is probably good enough in a great matchup, the 3rd most points allowed to receivers, that you could potentially use him. But Elijah Moore is off the radar. Do you read that kind of similarly? I mean, it was brutal.
Oh, yeah. I hate Zach Wilson more than anything. Why just go Flacco?
I know. Seriously, they're competing. They've got a playoff spot on the line.
Zach Wilson is his little brain's probably hurt because he got benched. And it's going to be a mess today.
It's going to be hideous. So watch out for that one. We did get a super chat, so we'll pop over here about Garrett Wilson as well. So, Brian, why is Hegarty not here?
He has to work this morning. He's protecting us right now.
Protecting and serving. Fine. Ryan Heggs. We'll answer your question there.
DPJ or Garrett Wilson, Fields versus Herbert, Andrews versus Driscoll.
This is one where I do think I'll go Garrett Wilson. I like DPJ, I do, but I think the talent of Wilson wins out here. The matchup is so good against Detroit as well. So I'm going to go Garrett Wilson. Yep. Fields versus Herbert's tough. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think Herbert's definitely a safer. He gets Tennessee. They've been getting bombed. Jalen Hurts, 30 points. Last week, who's the Millie Maker winner? Who did the Titans face last week? He scored 35 points. Either way, it's just been a genius matchup every single time. Wasn't Burrow, I forget, but Titans matchup always A+. So Herbert, I'm going to go him. Safer floor, similar ceilings. Whereas Fields, love the guy, 40+ points in 2 of his last 6 games. hasn't been below 20 points. Trevor Lawrence, yeah, he was the quarterback 33 points. That's what it was. It's just too good of a matchup for Herbert. The floor feels safer. Like Fields is going to be thrown to Dante Pettis as his wide receiver 1. So I still love Fields. He's my quarterback 5. Herbert's my quarterback 4, though. So you got some good options there, Hags. Andrews versus Driscoll. I'm going to go Andrews. I'm like, I love the Driscoll thing. Like if you're desperate at tight end, our guy down here at Old Planters, Ben, had like Cade Otton in his lineup. I'm going to go Jeff Driscoll at that point because it could be a quarterback that's potentially starting. We don't even know yet if it's Davis, Mills, or Driscoll. We do know they'll split snaps most likely, but it is still a risk. Like that, they did it for 1 week. What if they just go back to Mills full time and Driscoll doesn't even see the field? That is a risk with him. But ultimately, they could also turn the keys over to Driscoll. They benched Mills for Kyle Allen, who's just the worst quarterback in the league. So there is a real chance you get a starting quarterback at your tight end spot. And that's better than all but like 3 tight ends. And Andrews is one of those tight ends that it is actually above even a starting quarterback for the Texans at least. But lately he sucked. So I get it. I get the concern, but I'm going to go Andrews there. I'd like to wait and see what Driscoll does. What about you?
Especially with Higgs too. Like I just want him to go with this guy. He overmanages all the time. He trades a million times. He starts like the key sleeper over like the stud because the stud had 1 bad game. Just go Andrews. And even I told him I'd rather lose with Andrews than have Driscoll put up.
Driscoll, right? Exactly. Like it's no guarantee. Yeah, I like Driscoll. I'm intrigued.
He has like Jefferson, Chase, CMC.
No need to take that risk on. Yeah, we could see Andrews go for 20 points today. Like he has that upside. It's Andrews, so I'm gonna that'd be getting too cute. So to wrap it up, Wilson, Herbert, and Andrews at the tight end position. Hags, don't overthink that one. We do have another super chat coming in from Mr. Tracero Cinco. Do you guys like Gabe Davis tonight? Ooh. Always a tough question. I'll let you start that one. Yeah.
No. But once again, like last week, we pretty much lost Hannibal his playoff spot because of it. But he's so addicting. Like you don't want to miss out on the 25-point banger. But it is the monsoon tonight in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also see Josh Allen like him getting deep once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all you need.
Exactly.
You just need that one like 60-yard bomb. But it depends on your options.
It really does.
But I would lean no.
I would lean no, too. I have him at wide receiver 30 in the rankings right now, which means I don't love him, but he's usable because the only reason he's not lower, I mean, he's only hit like twice this year, but when he hits, it's 40 points. But it's just truly a like home run or strikeout type of guy. It used to be a little bit more of a baked-in floor, and even now that's getting worse. So it's a risk for sure. It definitely depends, and we'll look for your options, Mr. Trey Sarocinco. Who else you have against him? I don't love him. One, I just don't love the volatility. And then you add in more volatility when you bring in the snow. It's supposed to be, anywhere between 1 to 2 feet of snow in Buffalo, 10 to 25 mile per hour winds. Obviously, that could change between now and then. I've seen conflicting weather reports where some say by tonight it could calm down. But either way, it sounds like it's going to be frigid. It's going to be freezing. And Gabe just he hasn't earned that spot. Like he's been too inconsistent to want to have to deal with this weather in most sit starts. So let us know who else you're considering for sure. All righty. We will get back on. Thank you guys so much for your super chats. As always, you can cut the line with those super chats for supporting your guys here. So much on Thursday. I think we made like almost $100 on super chats on Thursday. So that was awesome. So greatly appreciated. To wrap up our quarterback position, though, the big one was Mike White and the impact that has on the rest of the Jets. And then Zonovan Netta. I saw some questions on them. And to me, it's about neutral. I bumped him down a couple spots because the offense is going to have less touchdown opportunities, but they also might hand the ball off like 30 times instead of throwing it 50 times. I mean, they have not let Zach Wilson ever uncork that rock.
So I kept seeing tweets, though, about the Lions defense, that they haven't had like a double-digit running back against them in the last 6 weeks or something.
Really?
Wild. Yeah, they're like the best run defense in the last 5 or 6 weeks.
I did not know that. Yeah. So that would be
actually really good running backs, too, to face.
Yeah, that is weird for sure. So that's something to note. They're like they've been middle of the pack all year. I'm not too worried about that. Let's go. First customer of the day has arrived. The sweats, the meat sweats. Who better to kick off the action live in person? Welcome to the show, Danny Colkeen. We do have about 30 of you here with us live on the live stream as well. Again, that thumbs up button does help us get out to more people as we move to the running back position. Questions, the sheets are up here live. If you got a question for us, Colk, get that question on in. Tell Alboy to get his ass down here. He was texting me, he's at 11 or 11:30, and I was like, 11, and now he's still not here. So get his ass over here. All righty. Running back news. Perfect timing because I know you have some questions on this backfield. Is Damien Harris and Rhamondre Stevenson, those New England backs, What is going on here?
Harris is up.
Harris is officially ruled out? When did that happen?
Oh, wait. I think it was Harris, yeah.
No. He's questionable all day. Check that. Because the last I saw, he's questionable.
Harris is up.
Did that just happen?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Is Rhamondre in?
Questionable. Might consider bringing JJ Taylor up.
Oh, man. Okay. So that creates a really interesting situation here. So Rhamondre had not practiced till Friday. He did practice Friday, got that situation in. Apparently Harris is ruled out. So if Rhamondre is in, he's right back to top 6 running back, as we know. You do need to have that backup plan. Pick up Kevin Harris at this point. I know we were laughing about it, but no Damien Harris. If Rhamondre is ruled out, you now have that big back role. So for everybody out there, I would be stashing right now Pierre Strong. I'd be stashing Kevin Harris because we know Damien Harris.
Pierre Strong is such a better.
I love Pierre Strong. I think he's great.
Yeah,
Kevin Harris is he's just a pounder. And the team realized, and this is a situation a lot of you guys, I saw some questions in there, so I want to kind of break this one down. Once they realized, the Patriots, how explosive Pierre Strong was, he played way more second half snaps than we got out of Kevin Harris. He was caught like a 30-yard reception, hit a 70-yard play on the game. Let's go, Wolfpack. Welcome on into the show. So Pierre Strong is going to be the guy if Rhamondre is also ruled out. What's up, Keeks? Welcome in, man. Good to see you, brother. And so I'm going to definitely go towards Pierre Strong over Kevin Harris if I have to pick one of those running backs. But right now, it does seem like Rhamondre could potentially be in. He's questionable at the moment. So I would go.
I thought he was going to be like an early week.
I did too. I'm surprised Damien Harris. So that's kind of breaking news here. Damien Harris ruled out. Rhamondre could potentially be in there. So Rhamondre goes right back into, again, that top 6 running back conversation if he's the only guy. But Pierre Strong and Kevin Harris have to be rostered at this point. Because if Rhamondre is ruled out, we know, again, this backfield facilitates their offense, or this offense facilitates through the backfield. So I think Pierre's the number 1 play, but Kevin Harris would also be a fringe top 30 guy if he ends up being in there. So check those guys out. The only other running back note I have is Josh Jacobs is questionable, but he's been questionable for the whole season, and he is likely to play. And he's a smash. He's top 5 running back every single week. So don't get cute about that. I'm not too worried about that Patriots matchup. Again, if you have questions, feel free to get them in. Grab your beers. We advertised it at 11:30 despite it opening at 11, so that was our bad. So hopefully more and more people will come in, but get those beers flowing. Welcome on in. Glad to see the crowd starting to come on in here at Old Planters.
Shut it down.
Moving to wide receivers for tonight, Amari Cooper is removed from the injury report. He's good to go. He was in and out of the lineup throughout last week, so a bit of a risk, but with no weather concerns at this point for that game. I'm firing up Cooper at home. He's had huge home road splits. He's been great at home, awful on the road, but I'm playing him. Did you get Kevin Harris, by the way?
I sure did.
Nice. All righty. Good backup plan for Rhamondre. So now you just ride the Patriots backfield, whether it's Rhamondre, whether it's Harris.
Yeah.
We're good to go, Sweats. Love it. All right. Let's go. Get the beers in. Tyler Boyd and Tee Higgins, both questionable, but both practiced on Friday, including Higgins getting a full session in. It's risky. It's scary. I know last week has a lot of you guys terrified, but Tee Higgins is a monster. I'm playing Tee Higgins if I have Tee Higgins. As our audience does too, our growing audience here. You play Tee Higgins. He's an absolute monster through the years. I have faith in him. Do you feel any differently? Like, has he scorned you too bad last week, or
no? It's not his fault. It's Zach Taylor's fault.
Just not
he
communicating.
got absolutely murdered last week on Twitter too.
Oh, yeah, deservedly so.
So I think he's learned his lesson. If he starts playing today, he's playing tonight.
He's played.
I'm not benching my stuff this week.
Absolutely. DJ Moore, questionable game time decision, still sketchy, but obviously a better option with Darnold compared to Baker. Who knows? Maybe Baker will have a revival under Sean McVay. That's a conversation for another day. I'd like Moore because the Steelers are giving up the second most points to wide receivers. So if he's in and he's got a quarterback that likes to throw it to him, let's go. Let's do it. But ultimately, I don't know if I have to go to him. Yeah, we got
these ones already cut.
Yeah, I forgot the scissors. Hills, you're tuned in. Bring those scissors so we can cut off some more there. Cortland Sutton is going to be out. Kendall Hinton's going to be out. We got Jeff Driscoll, or not Jeff Driscoll, Brett Ripien at quarterback anyways because Russell Wilson's out. Honestly, I don't know if it's a downgrade. Like, he can't be much worse than what what Russell Wilson was, obviously. So I feel like Jerry Jeudy, with all these guys out, he's a top 30 play. He had 3 touchdowns last week. Like, how do you set him to the bench after they threw it, 46 times? Last time Ripien was in too. Jeudy had 11 targets. Dolchik's had 9. Like, those guys are going to be absolute target hogs, Wolfpack. So I think all those guys are in play this week. Corey Davis is out, and now that would have meant more if it wasn't Zach Wilson at the quarterback position. But that is obviously a big concern going from White to Wilson. Mr. B, hello. Welcome on in. I know. We advertised it wrong. We said 11:30 instead of 11. So, yeah, so hopefully more. Perfect. Love to hear it. It'll pour in. They'll flow in. But welcome in. Good to see you, man. Corey Davis, though, no Elijah Moore at this point is not worth it with Zach Wilson. But I do think Garrett Wilson is still very much in play, given the talent, given the matchup. Last couple receiver notes is Dobbs is going to be back, but you quote-unquote can't put too much on his plate. So I ultimately think, obviously Christian Watson, number 1 receiver since he took over as a starter in fantasy points per game. I'm getting sit starts on him still, and I don't know how, don't know why. Jacoby Myers is also expected to suit up now. He practiced on Friday, and we have no Devontae Parker. Raiders are the best matchup for slot receivers. I like Jacoby Myers a lot. So let us know if you have a Jacoby Myers question. Aguilar? What's going on? No, I don't. I mean, he did see 8 to 9 targets last time out. What's going on, Bales? Welcome in. I did not with that beautiful head of yours.
Where's Pat from the Rockies been in the chats? I don't think he's asked one question.
I know. Well, he made the playoffs. We'll
all the answers.
But get those questions on in. Hayden Hurst is also going to be out, so moving to the tight end position. Hurst is going to be out. Juwan Johnson's questionable, but a good spot against Atlanta. Good matchup there for him. And then Pat Fry's off the injury report. He's been a stud all year, so I have no issue playing him at all. Local boy. You got to love Pat Fry. And as we mentioned, the weather check, notable notes here. 11 to 14 mile-per-hour winds in Buffalo with gusts up to 25, 1 to 2 feet of snow. It is not ideal. Makes me worried, particularly for the Miami side of things, given Tua's 0-3 in games under 35-degree weather. So I don't love Tua. I don't love these options right now. But I do feel fine about Josh Allen. They're used to it at this point. And then Cleveland 10 to 20 mile-per-hour winds, but nothing as scary as it was looking early in the week. So that wraps up the news portion, Wolfpack. We have a bunch of your questions here live. We have the live questions coming in here at Old Plans. We'll hit the mics in a little bit to make sure we get all of those. But let's start diving into it. 30 of you here on the live stream, 35 or so. That thumbs up button, again, does get us out to more people, keep us growing. We'll try to get live on Sunday, too, but who knows? We'll see how this event goes today and how many we're pounding back. It could be a long day of drinking, so we'll see.
I'll be getting a text at 10:30 in the morning tomorrow. Hey,
yeah, you ready? Yeah. Corpse is rolling out of bed, answering your questions. Maybe live tomorrow. No promises. So hopefully you're here live, getting those questions on in with us, Wolfpack. Alrighty, Patty Sullivan. In half-point PPR, do I go Mark Andrews or D. Schultz? I'm going Andrews there. What do you think?
I love Schultz. He's been awesome the last few weeks. Andrews has been sketchy. I'm going Schultz.
So we're split here on that one. Schultz versus Andrews. Keegs, what say you? Schultz versus Andrews.
I have a Schultz question, too. Schultz and the Joker.
Schultz. Oh, so we do have a couple live questions. We should always prioritize those ones for sure. Dalton Schultz versus David the Joker. Ooh, loud over here. That's a good one too.
Schultz.
I go Schultz. I go Schultz there too. Yeah, I go Dalton Schultz there as well. We got another super chat that we got to make sure to take care of. Thank you so much for that. All right, so Trace Sarosinko did put in his options there for that Gabe Davis question. What do we got?
He's asking full point PPR, Gabe Davis, Pickens, Dotson, Richie James, Alex Pierce.
Man. So we got to pick one of these guys?
I'm sticking with Daddy then.
Yeah, those are your other options. It's probably Gabe Davis. I mean, it's all boom or bust at that point. You might as well tie yourself to the Buffalo offense. Pickens is the only one that gets a little interesting in that conversation because he's pretty boom or bust too. Carolina, not a great secondary. I'm gonna go that. I'm gonna go Daddy Davis though.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Myself. Alrighty. We are on. Oh yeah, and then Keegs also asking, is Zach Wilson startable? Have Carr, not a ton on the waivers. No, Zach Wilson's never startable. Horrible offense. Terrible, disgusting question. No, Detroit's the most points allowed to quarterbacks. I get why you'd ask it.
That's like the in-person algorithm. get more people to ask questions.
Yes.
Yeah, publicly shamed.
Publicly shame, exactly.
Appreciate it.
Berate them live in person. But no, Zach Wilson, for everybody tuned in live, do not play Zach Wilson. He has been so horrendous, even in the best matchup possible. I guess, well, what was the other option? Carr?
Derek Carr.
Yeah, I don't love that either. But yeah, I'd go Carr over Zach Wilson. Is there nothing else out there? What about Desmond Ritter?
That's so
First game,
tough.
I'm going Desmond
I don't know. I
there.
was looking at like, Danny Dimes or Heineke or something.
I like
Danny
Heineke.
Dimes
I like
ain't-
Heineke, too.
No, Heineke sucks. Heineke sucks.
More than Ritter. More than Ritter.
Yeah, tie, exactly. He's like
Ritter
12-12
on
tie.
the road in like the toughest environment.
Ritter, 4.52 athlete. Straight line speed is great. He could be the next Justin Fields. I like Ritter. Saints is not that scary of a matchup, but I'd go Carr over Zach Wilson at least, for sure. We'll let the live ones pile up here and just try to mail through the online mailbag so we can just go strictly live in person in a little bit. So Bulldog asking, Foreman or Rashad White?
Yeah, we should have actually done so everyone could see the questions on TV.
Yeah, but the cord would be right in the middle too.
Yeah,
So
Good morning, Foreman or Rashad White, full PPR. Thanks as always.
I'm going to go Foreman. I mean, 24 carries, even though it was a weak effort last week. Blackshear and Hubbard, the ones that end up scoring.
Yeah, dude, do you feel like Foreman's doing that counting that James Robinson did?
Uh,
Where it's like he started off hot and then now he just
Fizzling
he's
out,
being
fading
himself. He's like slowly becoming himself.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, though. Chuba Hubbard did look really good. I mean, he had 18 points last week, too. I think Foreman's a fine play. The Steelers are a bad run D. So I'm leaning Foreman there.
Yeah. Against White, I'd go Foreman, but just in general, I don't feel that strong again.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt Stevens is asking, good morning, gentlemen. Need one running back, 2 in the full PPR. Najee Harris, Williams, Knight, Cook. Thanks in advance.
I like Najee. I mean, he's been a featured back these last few weeks. He hasn't had fewer than 10 PPR points in, I think, 8 to 9 straight weeks. And I do like Z Knight, but you mentioned that the Detroit run D has been really, really good these last 5 weeks.
I just looked it up. It was like 25 yards or 30 yards to Cook last week. The week before to ETM was like 45, 50.
Yeah, so I mean that's fair. That's fair. And Harris has been good. It's not a bad matchup because Fat Carolina's a top 10 matchup for running backs here. And Williams, he doesn't score the touchdowns. He just disappears on you. So I'm not doing that one for sure. We got our man David Campanelli just hyping us up. Let's like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you, Campanelli. As is Jeff Lee, RSJ. Thumbs up now. Thank you guys so much for pumping up the show. It is true. That thumbs up button does help us get out to more people. It's so greatly appreciated. And we're less than 20 away from 3K on YouTube. It would be awesome to hit that goal, maybe even as early as this week. So check that on out for us, Wolfpack. Where else are we now?
Okay. Nicole Lewin, beyond nervous about the weather today in Buffalo. Do I start Tyreek Hill? Unfortunately.
You got to still start Tyreek. I don't know what the other options are, but you'd have to have like 3 top 12 other
The thing
options.
about Tyreek, too, it's like little drag routes, slants, stuff like that.
Burst right through the defense. Oh, yeah. He could absolutely get there for sure, even on just one broken play. So, yes, absolutely.
Jeff Johnson, what's up? Pick 2 of these. Waddle, Judy, Dobbins. So what? I'm sitting JK here.
I would – that's a tricky one. I like Dobbins. I'm playing Dobbins over Judy. I mean, Cleveland, good, pathetic run defense, second worst in the league. Waddle versus Judy becomes more interesting to me with the weather tonight. I'm going to go Dobbins and Waddle. What about you?
Going the 2 receivers.
Oof.
Trust in Brett Ripien.
Trust in Brett Ripien.
And then would you go Goff or Watson?
I'll go Goff. I go Goff
That
there.
offense is on fire.
That offense is absolutely cooking right now, for sure.
Millie C, top of the morning. Wolf, pick 1 for flex, DPJ or Chris Moore.
I would go – ooh, that's a good one because no Brandon
Moore
Cooks.
killed it last week.
No Brandon Cooks, no Nico Collins. Moore's off a 11-catch, 12-target, 124-yard game. Man. I think I'm going to go DPJ, but I like Moore a
That's what I
lot.
was thinking.
We just have such more of a track record with DPJ. Like Moore's a 1-week blow-up, and I actually believe in the guy. Every time he gets used, he produces. But DPJ, you just feel a little bit more solid about it. So I'm going to go DPJ myself.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Jackson H, Dobbins or DPJ?
Dobbins for me. What about you? I love Dobbins.
Full PPR. I don't know. I mean, Gus is still stealing a bunch of carries. I'm going to go DPJ there.
All right. I'm going Dobbins. I feel good about Dobbins this week. I really like him. I love him on DraftKings today. 5,200. Win that Millie today. Millie C giving us a cheers. Cheers indeed. Good grab now. Seltzer. All righty.
Danny Jennings, what's up? 2-quarterback league, already played Geno, so he's down right now. Tua or Rodgers?
Oh, man,
tough.
that is tough.
Yeah, because he had to go a stinker from Geno.
You got, not much from Geno.
I'm going Rodgers.
I'm going to go Tua. If you need upside, you need Tua. You need that broken Tyreek ripping down the field.
He's such a little Hawaiian pussy. He's not going to be able to handle that weather right now.
Maybe. His record in cold weather games is not good, so that's fair. Giuseppe, happy Saturday to you.
Zach Wilson or Tannehill? Another Zach Wilson question today.
Oh, God. Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder is my play over any of this crap if you're going to go that low. If I have to go one of those others, though, I'm going to go Tannehill. Chargers might need points. I'm never going Zach Wilson.
No,
never.
Got me to clicker again. Giuseppe, Zay Jones or Tee Higgins?
Got to go Tee Higgins. I know the risk. I know you're scared, but T. It's got to be T.
Jennings again. I'm playing Tyreek and Diggs. Need a flex. Zay, Lazard or DPJ?
Let me find that one. So yeah, again, you're here live. We'll get on the mic soon. At noon, we're gonna probably hit the mics and shut down the stream to answer all those. So we have question sheets up here though. If you're live and have a question, fantasy or life related. I know missing Nate Barry. He always asks we got to get him down here. Barry, get down here. You always ask the good questions. It is a family friendly atmosphere. Bring your kiddos. I'll cut the swears if your kids are coming here. Tyreek and Diggs. You got to play him. So Zay, Lazard, DPJ. I like Zay. I
was going to say Zay.
He's been so steady. Got to go there. Giuseppe begging us to go live tomorrow. You might get a couple corpses, but we'll probably pull together a live stream.
Asking 14
yeah, Giuseppe with his usual 30 questions.
Should I start Saquon or
Chris Moore? Chris Moore outscored Saquon last week. So
Ryan Vinduala. That's a new name.
name.
Pick one, Waddle, Stevenson, Pittman. That's tough.
That's tough. Just because we don't – I mean, if we knew Stevenson was locked in for tomorrow, it'd have to be him, right?
Honestly, I think I'd go Pittman over Waddle today.
And I think I have Pittman if I don't have him higher in the rankings, I want to switch that up because I am worried about later tonight. I think I adjusted that. Oh, yeah. Is that not working right now?
Jeez. You check the website. See if it works. It's offline right now.
Yeah, perfect timing. We tried to launch the store and the website crashed. Oh, man. Nothing. Good stuff.
That's always good.
I can't see my prize picks line.
Yeah, it's actually crushing right now. It's like 1,500 views.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. It's working on my Google Chrome, but it's not working on Safari at some places.
All righty. But, yeah, so for that one, it's tricky because if Stevenson, we know Harris is out at this point. So if we had guaranteed that Stevenson's in, that's the no-brainer. But I don't know if he's going to be in either. So I think we're going to be dealing with Kevin Harris and
I'm gonna
Pierre Strong tomorrow.
I'm going to go Pittman.
I'm going to go Pittman too. I feel good. Most points allowed to outside receivers for the Vikings. I like that one.
I also love his over 4.5 on PrizePicks. Lucio Ranelli, have Higgins and Rhamondre. Wait on both of these or start a combo of Pickens, Chris Moore, throw in Alec Pierce.
No, I'm not going to those guys over Higgins and Rhamondre.
Well, you don't have to wait.
Right, because all those other guys play on Sunday anyways. So you don't. Alec Pierce is the only one that plays today, and that's not worth
And I know Rhamondre plays at 4:00 tomorrow, so
just have Pierre Strong. Have Pierre Strong or Kevin Harris ready. The backups will be fine. Whoever plays the running back for the New England Patriots is always good.
Kevin Miller, starting Swift over David Montgomery. He was utilized in Week 13, but quiet in 14. Feel the Lions are going to be forced to pass against the Jets. You're answering your own question.
Yeah, I'm going Montgomery over Swift. He gave all the reasons why. So you know which way we're leading to, Kevin. Yeah, we're going Montgomery.
GR Reed, what do you think about starting Diggs and stuff?
Obviously play Diggs. Diggs, Tyreek. Whether there's guys that you just got to play. You got to play Diggs. You got to play Tyreek.
Even if he does put up a 2 spot, he brought you there. You're not going to bench your guys. Yeah. You never bench your stud. He got you there.
Never bench the studs.
Giuseppe Russo, you think Stevenson will play? If not, who do I flex? Rashad White or Zay Jones?
I would go.
I don't think he will play. He had a high ankle sprain. It's a 2 to 4 week injury.
The practice on, I don't know. The practice.
Yeah, but a Friday practice there? Walking around? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think he's in. And either way, if not, I'd go Zay Jones over Rashad White. What about you?
Yeah, I think I would just lock it.
Yeah, I'd go Zay Jones there for sure.
Denny Jennings, RB2, Cordell Patterson, Rashad White, Mike Carter, how PPR?
I would go. I'd go Rashad White over Patterson, but that's close for me. What do you think?
That is tough. I like Rashad White. He's gonna have probably what, 8 targets. I'm going Rashad White.
Yeah, Rashad. Oops, sorry, I don't want to get you out of the camera here. Just make sure I can read it and you guys can hear. Yeah, Rashad White, we feel okay about. He's still the lead back, played more snaps than Fournette last week.
Here it is.
DPJ or Garrett. Oh yeah, we got that super chat going right there. Yeah, probably time for the mics.
Robert Moreno, good morning, fellas. Flex, full PPR, Rashad White or Brian Robinson?
Yeah, I'm going Brian Robinson as well. Let us know in the chat, too, if you can hear us live or not. I don't know if we got the live show filling up more and more, which is awesome. Love to see it. We'll hit the mic soon, but we want to make sure you guys can hear us, too, on the live stream. We want to hit everybody's questions throughout the day. So let us know if you can hear us or if we're picking up the audio in the background there. Just so we make sure to get on the mics when it's time. All righty. Rashad White or Brian Robinson? I'm going Brian Robinson, though, 110% for sure.
Ryan Hemmings, thanks for the Walker advice on Thursday. My dudes need something for my final flex spot. Mike Evans or Latavius Murray.
Evans. You got to go Evans. Like, why go Latavius Murray at that point?
I was kind of surprised. I got a text about Evans and Garrett Wilson. And you had Garrett Wilson probably 6 spots ahead of Evans.
Even after the Zach Wilson news? Yeah, I'm low on Evans this week, but Latavius Murray, I'm like -10 ECR on him. So yeah, we're going Evans there for sure.
Apex sitting my starters in fantasy for my bye week to avoid injuries. Back at it next week. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I benched Gabe Davis.
Let him rest on the bench.
Gabe Davis. Prove a point.
Send a message. I love it. Good stuff.
Josh Campa, PPR, Peoples Jones, Tee Higgins, and Njoku in the flex. That's a good team.
Yeah, you got to go Tee Higgins there.
These are just such scoring teams.
Yeah, exactly. We got everybody commenting. They're good. They can hear us still. Good to make sure. That's good. But yeah, I know how scorned you guys are, Josh, but you got to go Tee Higgins there for sure.
Nicola Lewin, would you play DPJ, Paris Campbell, or Zay Jones instead of Tyreek Hill? No.
Yeah, come on. No, none of those options. I read through them a second time. I was like, no way.
Billy C's having tequila shots already. It's playoff time.
Playoff time. Nothing like 11 a.m. tequila shots, Millie C. Good to hear it. Get it fired up, baby. We're having the 11 a.m. beers. Not quite as aggressive as you, but I like to hear it. Good stuff.
Jose Amador, do I start Dobbins over Swift?
I do, yeah. I know you're not a Dobbins guy. Yeah.
No, I am a Dobbins guy.
Yeah.
Swift sucks. He's been dead to me for 2 years now.
Yeah. I'm going Dobbins for sure. I think the matchup's great. Second most points allowed to backs. So I'm going to go Dobbins. Absolutely.
Jose Amador, do I start Njoku over Schultz?
I'm not going to go Njoku over Schultz, no. I'm going to go Dalton Schultz.
Keeks question.
Yeah, Keeks question too. So we got the similar questions there for sure. I think it might be time. We got enough people here to make sure we get on the mic so everyone can don't want to make everyone quiet down, but
yeah, everyone stop talking.
Test. Alrighty, so we will definitely keep answering your live question on the stream, but we are also live here at Old Planters, and so pumped to see so many people here. Hey, welcome to the show. Cheers. So, of course, we have your papers up here. If you're live at the brewery, come on down, get your questions in. Can be fantasy football related, can be life if you just need some life advice. Get anything in that we can help you out with. We'll answer all those for sure, and we'll keep mulling through. We got 75, 100 questions online, so we'll get through as many as we can. But preference, of course, goes to you RSJ legends that are here live with us. Thank you again so much for those of you tuning in live at Old Planters. And if you're tuned into the live stream online and you're local enough, get on over here. Sorry, I don't mean to move the stream away from CJ's beautiful face. I know Ben Tomsik's looking for that. But thank you again so much for being here. Get those questions on in live. We'll answer them all whether you're live on the show at Old Planters Brewing, and we have a special merch release today that we cannot wait to drop at the end of the show. But we want to get through all your questions first before we show that off. Alrighty, CJ, what do we got live in person for the people?
All right, we got Dan Skinner. He's asking start 2 or 3 of Hopkins, Pacheco, Godwin. CJ says to bench D-Hop.
Do you bench D-Hop?
I think so.
No.
That's a sketchy matchup for me. I don't like that at all.
I love Pacheco against the. I'm benching Pacheco there. I love him against the Texans. It's a good spot, but I'm not benching those 2 studs, D-Hop and Godwin. Why are you benching D-Hop?
I hate the matchup. Colt McCoy's the quarterback. It's gonna be gross.
No. No way.
Can
you guys hear okay too? Both coming through okay? Okay, just making sure. All righty.
It's just like
I'm going the 2 receivers there. I'm benching Pacheco. I know the matchup's good. Houston's given up by far the most points to running back. I understand that, but D-Hop, Godwin.
You're making my point.
No, I do like 80% of the red zone snaps have been going to McKinnon. McKinnon's the more valuable the Chiefs back. I'll just tell you that right now. I think Pacheco's like a nice 80 yards, 8 points, yay. But no, I'm going the 2 receivers there. So Skinner, I'm going D-Hop, I'm going Godwin, baby.
One for Alboy, half PPR, Gabe Davis, Chris Moore, George Pickens.
Oh man, we're getting ugly over there. It's hard to bench Davis for those 2. If I'm gonna though, I can understand if you're sick and tired of Gabe Davis. He's been a complete and utter a-hole. Chris Moore would honestly probably be my next one out. 12 targets, 11 catches. Good matchup against the Chiefs.
That's what I was thinking.
You're thinking
Moore.
CJ's thinking Moore over the daddy?
No, I would end up starting Davis, but I would go Moore. Like that's like more sensible.
Oh man, is yours on?
Yeah, it's only 1.
Oh yeah.
We had both.
Okay. Oh weird. Should we just pass this one? Or?
I think we're good. No?
Can you hear CJ okay on that? I know
I'm only on 1 speaker. So. You're good?
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure CJ's answer is coming through too. So I think I'm gonna stick with Gabe Daddy though. I'm gonna go down with the ship, I think. But it's tough. It's tough.
He wanted you to say more. He wanted you to say more.
I like more if I'm going away from Daddy, but I'm gonna stick with Daddy Davis for that one. And if you guys get your questions on in, you can potentially win and make drawing for some free RSJ merch. So get any questions in. Again, they don't have to be just fantasy related. We'll answer anything that you have up here.
This is from PB12, half PPR, and need 2 of these: Lazard, Chris Moore, Richie James, Matt Collins.
Ooh, that hideous wide receiver situation for Patrick Bailey over there.
I'm walking in more.
When Richie James is mentioned, how are you in the fantasy playoffs? My God. Oh, I'm gonna go Chris Moore. Definitely is like the best. Who did you say is your favorite?
No, I said Chris Moore is my lock.
Yeah, again, you're a tough spot when Chris Moore is your lock.
Actually, I kind of like Matt Collins. Patriots out 2 starting corners.
I'm gonna go more in Lazard, but Richie James, no. We can cross him off.
No Jack Jones. I don't know. I think I'm going Hollins. Hollins more.
Yeah, but you got Renfro and Waller potentially back, right? Yeah. So, Bales, we'll find out today if Waller and Renfro are activated. If they're activated, you can't do Matt Collins. Too much target competition. I'd go Lazard, Chris Moore. Chris Moore's the lock, which, again, pathetic. Not Richie James. No way, Richie James. Hey, team chemistry. Keep it alive. That's fine.
Then the Meat Sweats is asking DPJ or Daddy Davis.
Ooh, DPJ versus Daddy. That's a tough one. For the Meat Sweats, DPJ versus Daddy. I feel like the floor is better with DPJ. Like, you have the ceiling for both of them. But I will say I benched Daddy for IU, which means Daddy's coming in for the 30-point blow-up tonight. So you have that upside too. But I'm going to go DPJ. 12 targets last week, looking good. Baltimore, mess secondary. DPJ. Is that who you had locked in? Let's go. Let's go.
And then Bess.
Oh, yeah. Sammy.
Okay. Bess, PBR. PBR, Mike Williams or Brian Robinson.
Oh, I'm going Mike Willie. Come on. I mean, Big Hog comes in for 22 points last week. Now he gets Tennessee, the best matchup for wide receivers. You got to go Big Mike Willie. I love Brian. Who's your other running backs? Yeah. All right. So yeah, Mike Willie. I go for the upside there. So again, get those questions on. If you have any other questions, can be fantasy related or life related, get them on in. We'll do some drawings at the end for free coupons to the new merch store that we're about to show off to you guys. So get some questions on in. Even if you're out of the playoffs like Nicholas Tanzella, you can still ask some questions. And how do you recover from life without the playoffs?
Wait, I thought he is in the playoffs.
Oh God, no.
No,
He's
I
last
know
place.
my league.
Oh, did you make it in his league?
Okay, wait, then why were you asking me Sid Star? He's asking me Sid Star questions. Oh,
Chicketti's. Okay, so he's got one league. All right, we'll get back to the online questions. Well, some more live questions from the brewery coming. But get on down here, 2 Old Players. Have a beer with the Wolfpack if you are local. What else do we got, CJ?
Pat Sullivan, Zonovan, or Rhamondre. Happy to.
I mean, that could answer yourself. If Rhamondre is in, it's got to be Rhamondre, and if he's out, then of course you go to Zonovan. So I'll go Rhamondre definitely though if he's in.
That was from earlier.
I do love Njoku though. I want to talk about him real quick. Like, he's playing 96% of the snaps last week, 12 points. Like, I know Schultz has been really, really good. So I'm going to stick with Schultz.
I think Schultz is the second best tight end
in fantasy. Yeah, I mean, better than Andrews right now.
With Dak in the lineup.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeff Lee, I'm thinking taking a risk to start a quarterback. Always a good time to take a risk. Deshaun Watson with TPJ over Justin Herbert and Fields.
No, come on, Jeff Lee. What are you thinking? No, you're going Justin Herbert. Like, absolutely.
Not absolutely. Herbert and Fields.
Yeah, you're going Herbert and Fields. Like, Deshaun Watson's going to be that conversation. No. He's looked horrendous. How is that even a question, Jeff Lee?
So would you go Herbert over Fields?
I'd go Herbert over Fields, yeah. I love the upside of both, but, like, you got Herbert, much better floor. Tennessee's been giving up 30 points in a row to back-to-back quarterbacks.
Would you go Dak over Fields?
I would go Fields. I go Fields.
Oh, we just got a...
Oh, we did get a super chat, so we will jump on over to that. Mr. Tree coming in with yet another super chat. Thank you so much for your support, Mr. Trace Saracinco. What do we got for you?
Do you know what that means?
Trace, so 3-0.
Is it 305?
Pitbull's on the ship with us. Nice.
Pick 2 of these full-point PPR. Pickens, James Cook, Dotson, Dylan, James, Pierce, Stevenson. Oh.
And he's got Pierce Strong and Stevenson sits. Okay. We got a lot to sift through here.
So pick 2 of these up until the Stevenson part.
So I'm going to go – if Stevenson sits, I like Pierce Strong a lot.
Do you like him more than A.J. Dillon or Cook or Dotson?
More than Cook. More than – yeah. I like Pierce Strong more than pretty much everyone on this list other than Dillon. I do like Dillon. Good spot for him. He's been rolling these last few weeks. So I'm going to go A.J. Dillon's the only lock here. You have the rest. We'll go live Sunday. We'll help these people out. We'll go live tomorrow. It's corpses. But I'm going to go Dillon locked in. Don't play Pierce today and lock up a spot on Alec Pierce. And then we can kind of sift through the rest. But Pierre Strong would be above all the rest of these guys for me. And then for your tight end position, I like Okonkwo over Taysom, right?
Oh, yeah. Okonkwo's a stud.
He is a stud. I mean, you got Taysom getting Atlanta, a good matchup, but Okonkwo's 10 and 18 in his last 2 weeks. So I'm going to keep riding that. You got Trey Burks out. Like, yeah, keep giving me all the Okonkwo all day. All right, we got a couple in-person questions, so we'll jump to those. We got to give preference to super chats and in-person, and then we will keep rolling with what you guys have coming in for us.
Ooh, from the Real Housewife of Roto Street. F, marry, or kill CMC, AJ Brown, Jamar Chase.
Ooh.
I mean, that's you're in.
I mean, can I marry and F them all? They're all great. Yes.
I'm marrying Christian McCaffrey.
I'm with you.
This is gonna sound sketchy.
Yeah, how do we sift through these ones?
I'm gonna F AJ Brown. He's bigger. He's more manly than Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is a little too good.
Yeah. All right. We align perfectly, and I'll let you say it, not me. So yes, F AJ Brown, marry CMC. Thank you, Hillary, for a very in-depth question. What else do we got?
Another one from PB12. How do you feel about your preseason Josh Jacobs rank?
Horrendous. It was an awful call.
What was it?
I don't know how low, but it was definitely lower than the ECR. And the guy, I said fade him. I thought it was going to be a McDaniels cluster F, like it usually is.
Well, Andy's really not. Was he ever good?
He's always been a talent. He's just inconsistent usage.
Najee. It's like good.
I think he's better. He's better talent than Najee. He's a good player. I just never got the consistent usage. I didn't see McDaniels turning it over. They had Dula like working in and over him. They didn't commit to him, so I didn't think they'd love him. But yes, Patrick, it was a bad call. Is that for me berating your receivers? Send in some more hatred. Well said.
He's also asking, will Dak be a serviceable quarterback down the stretch in their run first off?
A good question about Dak. He's still getting about like 18-ish fantasy points per game. It's certainly the ceiling. I mean, last 2 years he was the quarterback one for back-to-back years, and now it's like, what are we doing? But yeah, he's serviceable.
With old man T.Y.?
Old man T.Y. unlocking the offense, baby.
And like broken down.
Yeah, is he coming in?
Jerry Jones yesterday said he was coming.
Hey, we'll see. I do think it's serviceable for that Cowboys offense. They get the Eagles next week. They're going to need to chase points there. So yeah, I still trust Dak, absolutely. He's a nice high floor, lower ceiling than we're used to after being the quarterback, 1 in points per game last year. But yes, I still trust Dak.
The Dingleberries is asking, my team stinks. Who should I start, Andy Dalton or Heineke?
The Dingleberries, I like that. Lovely name, lovely image. And terrible. Dingleberries deserves to be asking Andy Dalton or Heineke, whoever this is.
He does. I think he does have Ritter.
I go Ritter.
I'm a Heineke guy.
I don't trust Heineke at all. He's had one good game in his 6 starts. If I have to go between Dalton and Heineke, I go Dalton. Atlanta matchup, guy could sling it. But no, I'm going Ritter over both of them. I trust the rushing upside there. All right, we'll hit a few more online questions, but please do keep getting those in-person questions in. We're happy to answer them all. All right.
Josh,
right? Waddle.
Josh Campbell.
Okay.
Jeff Lee asked the Fields question.
Okay.
11-17.
Gotcha.
PPR needs 2 of these. Tua, Rodgers, Heineke.
I would go Tua and Rodgers. I'm benching Heineke there.
I'm with you there. Jeff Lee. Where can we buy RSJ shirts or gear like CJay?
Oh, man.
Funny you asked.
Funny you asked. So there is a new store launching today. Hopefully, is it working right now?
It works on my end. I'm not sure that.
So if you check out shop.rotostreetjournal.com, there's been some issues on phones with it working, but it should be live and ready to go. We'll drop that into the chat right now. Shop.rotostreetjournal.com is a new merch store we are launching. We are so pumped to launch today. Hopefully it works again. Some issues with connectivity getting it launched literally right before the show here. But it should be working on at least desktops, some phone issues there. Shop.rotostreetjournal.com. Should I do a quick screen share? Show off to the crowd. Let me present here for those of you on the live audience. Shop. So this is what you can get. You got punishment shirts, you got Roto Street swag, you got clothes for your infants if you have infants out there, and your lucky fantasy clothes. So check out shop.rotostreetjournal.com. You can kind of see a quick preview of everything you go. It's print on demand. It will ship and be produced as it is made. So I can't guarantee you'll have it by Christmas time. We're at the mercy of that. But shop.rotostreetjournal.com. Check it on out. We're trying to launch that store this week, and hopefully it is working at this point. Shop.rotostreetjournal.com is where you can find all your gear to support your boys, rep the site, rep your brand, and then some other things. Punish your last place losers, all that good stuff there. So check out that site, and we'll pull it up again later at the end of the stream again. But thank you again so much for asking, Jeff Lee. Hoodies, long sleeves, t-shirts. It is live. It is going. So check out shop.rotostreetjournal.com.
That was a planted.
Yeah,
planted.
You think we paid Jeff Lee to do that for us. All righty, where did we leave off?
Right below it. Mr. Trace, is he a new guy?
I think he's new. He's supporting the show big time.
He also has Pickens. I forget what the question was.
He asked that in the super chat later, so we got to that one.
Sawyer Hibbs. Ooh, a deep 16-team league. Hopefully you know who these guys are. Oh, 16 guy.
Yeah.
PBR, pick one of these. Raheed Shaheed, Dare, Tutu Atwell, and Josh Reynolds.
That's rough. I do know who they are, and I don't think any of them are great options here.
I'd probably go Tutu.
See, I'm going to go Dare. Houston running back situation's wide open. I would go with the running back and see if he catches like 8 to 10 balls PPR. Like he could certainly become the Dameon Pierce engine. I'm gonna go Dare there, but that's ugly Sawyer.
Terrell, PPR flex Gallup versus Jax. Gallup versus Jax, or then more Slayton.
Hey,
What do you have?
the Old Soul.
You got an old.
Thank you very much. I would go Chris Moore over Gallup. I feel really good about Chris Moore this week. Maybe we're way too comfortable with him, but yeah, I feel great about Chris Moore.
Last week I was out of the playoffs and I streamed more. It was like the one good stream I've had the entire season in that league. Of course, one game out of the playoffs didn't matter.
Yeah,
because I probably wouldn't have the balls to do it like if it mattered.
Yes.
Cali Loco, Pittman or Watson?
I'm gonna go Watson, 110%. Like I like Pittman today. I'd like to get them both in my lineup, but Watson's the number one point. PPR wide receiver, half PPR, whatever format you do. The best wide receiver since he took over as a starter, so I'm there.
Tunes is saying no power up here in Maine, but I'm getting to watch this. 12 plus inches of snow, and it's not snowing.
Oh man, that's brutal, Tunes. Good luck. Stay warm, brother.
Hey, that's why you don't move to Maine.
Yeah, exactly. Stay in Beverly, the best place on earth.
Daniel Dung, Flex 1, Mark Andrews versus Cleveland, Deontay or Elijah Moore?
I'm going Mandrews. I mean, who's your tight end, though? You must have Kelsey or something, but Mandrews definitely over those other two options. Oops, you got it.
John Curtis, full PPR, Dobbins, Knight, or Rashad?
I would go – I feel really good about Dobbins this week. Am I nuts? You're lower on him than me.
I'm not – well, in this group, I'm definitely.
Yeah.
I believe in this Lions defense. Actually, I'm going to play them, I think, over the Commanders. I think I've talked myself into playing over the Commanders this week.
Thank you very much. I love Dobbins, though. Cleveland, bad run D, second most points allowed to the position. And he didn't look amazing in terms of breakaway speed, but he was hitting the holes quite well there last week.
Blurpy, Tua or Huntley?
I'm going to go.
I'm so off Tua this week.
Are you that off that you'd go Huntley over him, though?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know. To talk me out of it.
I go Tua, and I know it's a risk, the cold, and he's not good in the cold, but I'm going Huntley. I'm going Tua over Huntley. And I like Huntley as a desperation streamer. And Keeks, that's another one. Is Tyler Huntley up there for you? Because Zach Wilson is abysmal if you're considering him. So go Tyler Huntley over him. Keeks, is Tyler Huntley up there in your league? Go him over Zach Wilson. Check for Tyler Huntley.
Kevin Miller starting Swill. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we already got that one. Thank you, Kevin. Again.
Tunes need 2 running backs and a flex, full PPR. Swift, Dobbins, Rhamondre, Dillon, Pickens, Palmer, or
the classic Tunes, 18 options here. Who am I picking out of these two? If Rhamondre's in, he's a lock. I'm gonna go Dobbins today, and just get that in there and worry about the rest. If Rhamondre's out, what do you like? I think I limit this to Dillon, or honestly,
well, no, it's
more.
Two running backs.
Okay, so let's go Dobbins. Let's go Rhamondre. And if Rhamondre's out, you get Dillon in there.
No, you have Swift. You go Dillon or Swift?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I think you're going 3 running backs. I think you're going 3 running backs either way. It's either Dobbins, Dillon, Swift, or you get Rhamondre in there over Dillon. Is how I read that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. Nicola, do you get rid of Kareem Hunt for Madison as a bench stash? I have had Hunt on my bench since because I have Chubb. Is there another running back that you'd rather have over Hunt for the playoffs? If you have Cook, then you need to have Madison. But if you don't have Cook, I don't really need Madison.
It's a handcuff question. Which one's more valuable? I honestly think Madison might be the more valuable question here.
But so I think of it this way: if Chubb gets hurt, then you're going to play Hunt no matter what.
That's true. So I'd protect your own asset there with Kareem Hunt and just keep him over Madison. But yeah, they're both great handcuffs, and Madison should be far more rostered than he is right
now. Steph Krog and Waddle or Hollywood? And then are you worried about tonight's weather?
I am worried about tonight's weather. I might go Hollywood. But it's Colt McCoy. He's trash. I'm going to go Waddle. Waddle's the same idea as Tyreek. He just needs to break one tackle. He outruns the rest of the defense. I'm going to go Waddle there, but I am worried about the weather, yes. What about you?
I'm staying with Waddle, but I don't love it. Hollywood just looked kind of terrible last week. Robbie Anderson just came out of nowhere for some reason.
We're both going Waddle, but it's ugly.
And then Steph Proggy, Komet or opponent? Chick.
I'm gonna go Chick, yeah. And I like Komet, but I'm gonna go Okonkwo.
Even with what's it, Claypool out? Yeah, there's really no one else to throw to him.
Ooh, questions. A lot of questioning, your son. All right, but yeah, I'm going Okonkwo, definitely with Treylon Burks here. And we'll do one more live stream one, and then we'll hit the rest of the in-person ones, and then we'll get back to the live stream. But Shade's a regular on this one, so let's see. Pollard. Oh my God, Pollard, JT, Barkley, Kamara, Etienne. You need 3. I think it's the first 3: Pollard, JT, and Barkley. Would you bench Barkley for either Kamara or Etienne?
Kamara kind of. I know, right?
The live crowd heckling you. Is this a 4-team league? Old Planters Brewery is hostile today for shades. I'm going Pollard, JT, and Barkley. What about you?
I think Kamara kind of stinks the truth.
Yeah, I mentioned Kamara.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So I would, yes, exactly.
He gets the Atlanta matchup.
The first GT over ATM.
Yeah. He needs 3, so it's Pollard,
I'd be the
Barkley,
first,
right? Yeah.
First.
All right, yeah. Let's hit the live audience questions, and then we will get right back to the live stream. So thank you guys for waiting patiently. We have a lot of live stream questions, so we will do our best to hit all of those. But we're gonna, of course, prioritize those of you that are live in person with us first.
All right, Pat Bailey, what is Chris Moore paying?
Chris Moore, big fee to hype up his stock, but we're not allowed to discuss those terms live here. But yes, I really do. I mean, every time he gets the ball, every time he's been used, I've said this last week before it was a big thing. He was 2% rostered. I said, go to Chris Moore if you're desperate. He came through huge for people. I've always liked the guy. He's a player that doesn't ever get used, and when he gets used, he performs. So I'm a big Chris Moore fan, and yes, he's paying me quite heavily in many favors. What do we got?
Mom Traykoff wants to ask you, do you want to make Christmas cookies tomorrow? We can.
I can't wait.
No, but you guys can even make football-shaped cookies.
Even footballs? Yes. Yes, that sounds lovely, Mother. Thank you.
Lucky Lewis is asking, who has a more reliable bladder, the Wolf or Lewis? Lewis, who just passed up.
I would give Lewis the 10,000 times more reliable bladder than mine. It's time has proved again, sadly. Thank you, Patrick.
Sophie's Guardians. My team tanked this year. How can I feel good about myself not making the playoffs for the first time in 5 years?
You can't. You just have to feel and loathe in your self-hatred. That's the only option. It was a bad team, and mine was even worse. So yes, we can comfort each other. That's the only way. You got to find another person to self-loathe with.
And then BS asking Zay Jones or Chris Olave.
Best Zay Jones or Chris? You got to go Chris Olave. I mean, he's getting Atlanta. He's good matchup. He's been solid all year. Yeah, I'd rather have Jameis Winston slinging the rock downfield, but you can't bench it for Zay. You got to go Olave. Oh boy, looks like he agrees over there too. Does that wrap up the
No, he's also asking Zeke or Montgomery.
Zeke, we got to go Zeke. Zeke's been cruising lately. I don't know why Zeke gets the hate he does. Like, he's just always steady and solid. I'm going Zeke, absolutely there. All right.
This isn't looking good at all.
Still,
it's changing to that.
Oh, geez, yeah. The website is down, so yeah, that's always good. All right.
Always good on a Sunday.
Yeah.
First time all year. First week of playoffs.
First week of the playoffs. Site crack. Yeah, you got to be live. Exactly. And it does look like the food truck has arrived. In case you need anything to eat, Butter Your Biscuit is outside live. So go get your food taken care of if you need any food. We left off on Kristen Mann, and then we'll get back to these questions.
Kristen has a bunch of questions, actually. She's, do you care about Aaron Jones' questionable designation? These are like rapid fire.
No, I don't. I don't worry about Aaron Jones. He's fine. They had a bye week. He's good.
Chances of Gus Edwards going off.
Very small.
Is Burkhead for Gus a possible good move?
I would go Gus over Burkhead, though.
Kristen's just stressing. She has her first week of the playoffs.
Yeah, she's stressed. It's all good. I go Aaron Jones, and then I go Gus over Burkhead. Can't trust Burkhead.
Keenan's asking me starting Dobbins over Rashad White in PPR. Yeah, we already answered that. So yeah,
Yes.
we are going Rashad Dobbins over Rashad White.
Yes.
When Campanelli's asking, super flex, would you go Huntley over Ritter?
1 sec. Still down. Yeah, say still down. He said it should be good now, but not so. All right, Campanelli, Huntley or Ritter? All right, let's go. I would go Huntley versus Ritter. I would go Huntley. What about you?
Yes, I would.
He's got a good track record. He's got like 40 points in the past.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Huntley there for sure.
Brunel, Jacobs, what's up, guys? I'm from Andre. Now, which two should I start? James Cook, Burkhead, Okuwanu. If he is active, which one should I start with?
If Rhamondre's in, you go Rhamondre. I'm long on that. Like, always going to be Rhamondre. If he's out, so don't go Cook tonight because then it doesn't give you the option of Rhamondre. I'd probably go Okonkwo. I mean, I really like the Okonkwo guy. Shootout style game. Yeah, I'm going to go Okonkwo there for sure. Okay, we got a in-person question from Al Boy. Muth or Komet? I gotta go Muth, right? He's been so steady all year.
Yes.
I mean, Komet's, they have no one else to throw to though. That does become a question. And they're gonna be playing catch up. It's
once again he answers his own question.
It sounds like you want Komet. He has been steady.
Confirmation.
I'm gonna go Muth just for the steadiness, but the ceiling is with Komet. So if you're like down big after today and you really need just to light up, like Komet, we saw 20 points in 2 of his last 4 games. So if you need the upside, it's Komet because Muth's not going to get to 20. He might get you 10, and that's pretty solid. But I'm going to go Muth most cases. If you really need the upside, though, Komet definitely has the higher ceiling.
Y2J sitting on a bye week. Just want to drop by and say what's up.
Thank you, Y2J. Classic at every stream. No wonder you're on a bye. And Wolfpack, those of you tuned live, that thumbs up button would be so greatly appreciated. So please do consider hitting that thumbs up and helping your boys get out to more people. All righty, what else do we got?
Ramses Leo is asking Cousins or Rodgers?
Cousins, absolutely. Colts defense is meh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go Cousins there.
Nate Socia, flex, half-point PPR, Gibson, Pittman, and Garrett.
I would go Pittman. I feel really good about Pittman today. Most points allowed to outside receivers. Let's go Pittman.
Jeff Lee, half PPR in the flex spot. P-Ryan or Jameson Williams?
We got Chris Moore. Go Chris Moore. If he's not out there, though, if I have to go one of these two, go for the deep bomb. I don't know. Not against the Jets. He played like 13% of the snaps. I'm going to go Samaje. He's been scoring touchdowns like crazy. But, yeah.
Ben Lawler's asking, Chubb or Dobbins?
I'm not answering Ben Lawler's questions until he gets live in person. Where the hell are you, Ben? No, I go Chubb over Dobbins, but it is. I mean, it's crazy that's not even a question right now. But I go Chubb, right? I just hope he pans out.
Ben Lawler says Beckett wants Dad to kick Bailey's ass.
Beckett is rooting for Dad to kick Pat Bailey's ass. Nice. Ben Lawler commenting in that Beckett is very much rooting against you. That he wants Ben to kick Bailey's ass. I thought it said something about kicking Dan Bailey's ass too. He wants all the Baileys to have their asses kicked today. So sorry, Dan, but Beckett Lawler's coming after you because his dad's facing your son in fantasy. So he says all Baileys are. Stella, I don't know about that. We have to ask Twan. Stella's here. Hey, what's up? Nice. First brewery. She's going to be traumatized by hearing the Wolf's voice over microphone. Sorry, Stella, in advance.
She's not going to sleep for days. Just her voice is just your voice just hurt.
She's going to be screaming Chris Moore out in her sleep tonight.
Frank Bullets at one standard. Evans, Kirk, Lazard, Garrett Wilson.
Sit one. Okay. Lazard. I mean, Lazard sucks. It's Christian Watson at this point. So, yeah, I'd sit Lazard there.
Koa, Mixon, or Pacheco?
Oh, that's actually like harder than it should be. I still ride Mixon though. I mean, he's just been a horse whenever he's in. I'm gonna go Mixon over Pacheco, despite the good matchup. Do you agree? That's tough.
Yeah. Chris Moore, Elijah Moore, or Kirk?
Kirk. I like Chris Moore a lot, but I'm going Kirk.
And then Okuwanu or Dulcich?
I go Dulcich. I mean, Arizona's giving up so many points to tight ends, and Ripien does love pepper the position. So I actually feel pretty good about Dulcich.
There's some other trick off little humans.
The army's rolling out over there. We'll have to make sure our language is PG.
Hey, when you enter a brewery, anything.
Yeah. We must learn some new words today.
Danny, Swift or Rashad White?
I'm gonna go Swift.
Andrews and Njoku?
Andrews. What about you? I do love Njoku. I really do.
I'm not really high on Andrews this week, but I did tell Hicks to pick him, so
I'm going
I feel
Andrews.
like I have to go Andrews.
It's Andrews.
Juan Pena, who for my flex? Gibson, Jamal Williams, Connor, Sharp, Thielen, Deontay Johnson.
Jeez, Montana, a bunch of options here. I'm gonna go James Conner. I mean, James Conner stands way above the rest for me. He's been a great option all year, especially when Colt McCoy. He's like weirdly better when Colt McCoy's in. He peppers it down. He doesn't take the goal line carries. So yeah, give me James Conner.
Yeah, I went Connor over Thielen myself.
I feel great about that. Yeah, Conner
last week I said Connor for Thielen.
Connor's been great. I with Colt McCoy, Connor is a beast.
Danny, would you put Tee Higgins over any of these three? Pittman, Terry, or Watson?
I personally do over Terry myself. Oh, he's riskier than all those guys, though. I might just bench T and not deal with that situation because all three of those guys are really solid, Danny. So let's just not even deal with it.
Koa, should I drop Traylon Burks for Jahan Dotson or Richie James?
I would maybe Jahan, but I'd probably keep Traylon Burks. When he's in, he's a monster.
GR Reed, with my question about Diggs in the snow, I didn't include I have Chase, Watson, Campbell, and DPJ. Would you still start Diggs in full PPR in 2 hard seasons?
I would go Diggs well over Campbell and DPJ. Chase and Watson's a little trickier, but absolutely, like you're not benching Diggs for Campbell or DPJ. Come on, GR. Come on.
Really see my roster is set.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
And Sarah Riley, half PPR. Would you start JK Dobbins, ETN, Swift, or Jamal Williams?
This isn't. I feel like Sarah Riley's usually like the top 3 running backs.
Sarah Riley's a Western mascot. She needs to get out here.
Get out of here, Sarah. I think I'm going Dobbins. Is that nuts? Stop on.
It's on. You guys are crushing it.
Welcome to the show. I can't wait to meet Stella.
I'm going ETN. I've been routing him all year. I'm not going to give up.
I'm worried about these past couple weeks. He's got the usage. He just doesn't look good since he got hurt.
I'm going ETN. He's going Dobbins.
I'm going Dobbins.
You start JK or Ben?
I'm going JK. Going JK. If you're live and need to get a question on in to be entered for a drawing, the question slips are up here. Come on up, write your question in, and you'll be entered to win some free merch from the new merch store. All right. We are at. Do we get one? Okay. Pick one from Luke.
Waddle, Hopkins, Watson.
Watson. How great is that? Watson over Hopkins. But I feel so good about.
I don't like Hopkins.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Patty Mateo, full PPR, need the most solid for it. McKinnon, Latavius, Dale, and Cook.
Isn't McKinnon like crazily the highest score here? 80% of the red zone snaps, getting a ton of receptions every week.
And he has the best matchup.
And you're starting Jones. I'd say like Dillon versus McKinnon the closest. But then if you're already starting Jones, I would definitely pivot over to McKinnon at that point.
Secret.
Ooh. And then we got Luke. You just answered that one for Luke. Don't have too hard. Chris Moore is going to be a league winner. So everybody's in on Chris Moore right now. I mean, geez. Chris Moore. I'm worried on Chris Moore too. Patty, we're not laughing too loud. I mean, his schedule too is like the Titans next week. It's a joke. So yeah, Chris Moore. He's out there in your league. I'd pick him up just to know I have to face him. I really like Chris Moore.
Yoso and Tony, hey fellas, super flex spot. PPR, would you start Godwin, Ripien, or Trubisky?
Oh boy, Trubisky might not even start on his own team.
I'd also go Godwin.
Yeah, I'd go the receiver, and that's like ridiculous. But Desmond Ridder, is he out there? Like, go Desmond Ridder if he's there. But if not, I'd go Godwin. Yeah, I'd rather go the receiver. It does look like there's a super chat here from Jeremiah Moore. It's tough to do the Collins. I just saw Jeremiah questioning that in. It's really tough here live at the brewery. So let us know, Jeremiah, if you have a question But it's tough to hit the Collins live at the brewery to hear all the noise and like it's just difficult today. Tomorrow we will definitely take some Collins, but it's tough today. So they even a super chat. Jeremiah, let us know what your question is in the private chat, and we'll answer that right away after you hit the super chat. All righty, where did we leave off?
I lost my spot too.
We were right here. Thielen or DPJ? I go Thielen, I think.
Yeah, Thielen had a great game last week. I'm going. Honestly, I was close to starting him this week over Connor. Last minute.
No, don't do that. That's terrible.
You're anti-Thielen.
I am, because he's been horrible all year.
No, he's every other week, but he went off last
Yeah,
week.
he's every 7 weeks.
Fatty Mateo, since RSJ loves kickers, I'd appreciate an in-depth breakdown of Folk versus Mars.
In depth. I mean, I like Volk. I mean, the guy has 20-ish. I'm going to go Meyer there. I mean, that offense is just so much better. Go for him. He can boot the 50-yarders. I like going after the Cowboys kicker. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm starting Meyer in 2 weeks.
There we go. Go Meyer. That's your in-depth breakdown, Fatty.
Tunes need a flex. Montgomery, Etienne, DPJ.
It's Watson. Come on. It's Watson. Don't ask questions about Christian Watson anymore. It's Christian Watson. Don't ask questions about Christian Watson
You
anymore.
know he's going zeros.
Yes. No way. No, he's too good.
Cali Loco, RB2, Murray, or Snell, or Burke. That's something you have to wait for, I think.
Yeah, we don't until we know who's in or out. If Rhamondre is out and we know Harris is out at this point, then I'm going to go strong. If not, maybe Burkhead, but I don't know. I'm going to go strong there.
Itty bitty South City. What's good, fellas? Tua or Goff? I'm going Goff.
I'm gonna go Tua. Just not worry about the snow and just hope this game shoots out. But that's tough. That's tough.
The game's not shooting out.
It could. It did last time.
In Miami. I'm going Goff. Sarah Riley, Amon-Ra, Higgins, or Gabe Davis.
I'm gonna go St. Brown. It's always St. Brown. Like, come on. You never, ever bench St. Brown.
Country Bumpkin.
A lot of new names, guys. You're new to the show. One last time, that thumbs up button, so appreciated. But we're almost at 3,000. Please be one of those people that help us to that climb. 3,000 subscribers would be awesome to hit by the end of the season. So Country Bumpkin and Itty Bitty South City and all you new people, Cali Loco, please consider hitting that sub button and having us get on over that edge.
Receiver 2, PPR, Godwin or Martin.
I'm going Godwin. I feel like he's just safer than Amari after the injury last week. The weather conditions may be a concern. And then
Flex, Godwin, Amari, Sanders, or
Sanders. Right? We were wrong on Sanders.
Really
He's a beast. Sanders is an absolute monster this year. So yeah, I'm going Sanders.
One thing, who's my running back? 2, Chubb, Williams, or
Connor. Chubb versus Connor's tricky. I gotta go Chubb.
I would never bet Chubb.
I can never bench Chubb either. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chubb.
Austin Suchek, Mike Williams or Godwin?
Mike Williams. I'm all on Mike this week.
Zonovan or
Zonovan.
So awesome.
I'm on Zonovan. He's gonna get 20 carries.
For knockout pool, Chargers or Packers?
I'm gonna go. Who's the Packers face this week?
I was just thinking that.
I mean, I don't like the Chargers or the Titans. That's a toss-up game. Who do the Packers face? I don't know.
Rams. Oh,
Rams. I'll go Packers. Yeah. Baker sucks.
Snoopy, with Damien Harris out, would you roll Pierre Strong?
I like Pierre Strong. I really do, and especially if Rhamondre's out, even more so.
You just have to wait for it.
And you got to wait and find out if Rhamondre's out, though, because that would absorb a lot of the value Pierre Strong has. But yes, I do like Pierre Strong. I think he absolutely has to be rostered at this point.
No Diesel, Cousins, Brady, or Danny Dimes?
I'm going to go Cousins. I'm locking him in against the Colts today. I think it's a great spot.
Justin Hines, like PPR, Najee, or JK?
I'll go Najee over JK, but I really do like them both. They're both right in my top 20 there. And again, if you're live in person, you want to get a question in, we'll be pulling them for merch drawings later. We do have a live one.
We had something similar earlier, but Stella's asking, with Josh Jacobs crushing it, what were your biggest preseason hits?
Hits and misses with Josh. Josh Jacobs is one of them for sure. I was way off him. I was off Miles Sanders. He's been killing it. I was very in on Allen Robinson, and Allen Robinson has been awful. So terrible for Allen Robinson. Terrible. Gabe Davis, honestly, too. That round 3-4 receiver tier was not our strength this year. So we got a lot right in the early rounds and the late rounds, but not those middle round running backs. Right? Yeah, you had gone Jacobs and Sanders over Gabe Davis. So that is our fantasy sins for the year for sure. Some of the biggest ones.
Do you have any quarterback hits?
I mean, Jalen Hurts over Lamar Jackson. That ended up being big.
Mac.
So yeah, Dobbins or Najee. I'm going Najee.
Tunes picked up strong from Rhamondre Stevenson. Would you start him or Dylan?
Man, that's actually pretty close. I'd probably go strong.
JJ Wright. Full PPR round 1 an underdog. I need you to pick 2, one being a receiver, 2, one being a flex. So I'll pick a receiver and a flex. Between DJ Moore, Pickens, Murray, Swift, Palmer, Hollywood, Chris.
Oh man, you need how many of these? 2?
Receiver and a flex.
I'm gonna go Swift, and I'm gonna go. So DJ Moore, we don't know if he's playing. I kind of want to just go Hollywood Brown and just like lock it in. Again, we love Chris Moore though. We are a Chris Moore show, and I would start Judy over those guys. I agree. I'm gonna go Swift and Hollywood. What about you?
Honestly, I think I'd go Hollywood and Chris Moore.
Big Chris Moore day.
I hate Swift.
Big Chris Moore day.
The itty bitty.
Itty bitty South City.
We're not going to talk about Jefferson. We're going to go.
Yeah, come on.
We're not going to talk about Watson. So there's your 2 receivers. So
Yeah.
2 running backs and a flex. Kirk, Saquon.
Well, Saquon's locked. So this one really comes down to Zonovan, JK, or White. I'm gonna go JK.
Or Kirk.
No, because it's got to be a running back. Oh, flex. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go JK over Kirk. So JK for the running back, and then Kirk for the flex. Yeah. So you go with Jefferson, you go with Kirk and Watson, and then you go with Dobbins and Knight. I mean, Dobbins and Saquon. So. Did Jeremiah get his question in? I know we told him we'd look for it. He dropped his question. Jeremiah, where's your question? We said to do it in the private chat. Oh, here it is. All right. Do I drop Jeff Wilson or Treylon Burks for Chris Moore or Allen Pierce? I would go Gabe Davis, but honestly, Chris Moore over Gabe is not crazy. You can drop Treylon Burks for him. I wouldn't drop Jeff Wilson yet, though. He was such a stud, and like he could get it back together. I wonder what these questions are going to be.
Wow, this is a nice one to start.
Good to see you, Thomas. Thanks for showing up. Oh, an actual fantasy question. Oh, well, I'm used to the usual. Yeah.
Basics is asking tight end Hill or Dulcich.
Hill or Dulcich? I like Dulcich this week. I mean, Ripien peppers it's Ripien, so it's gross. But historically, he has peppered the tight end. They have no Sutton, no Benton, and Arizona's the best matchup for tight ends. I'm going Greg. Hill has a good matchup too, though. It's risky. I get why you're asking it, but I like Greg. I like Greg this week, and he never comes through for me though. So I'll tell you that. But I'm gonna go Greg myself.
Then you go.
What about you? Who do you go, Taysom or Greg?
I hate to.
Yeah, you've always hated
I always hate it. There's no like such thing as a good matchup.
Long time Taysom Hill hater.
There's no good matchup for Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Just random things every day. QB Watson or Cousins?
I'm going Cousins. Yeah, safer. Nice, sturdy. Go safe there. Good questions. We have a super chat from Cali Loco. Thank you so much, Cali Loco.
Happy car, would you go Knox or Dulcich?
Well, you just heard the rant on Dulcich, and Knox is so boom or bust. You got the weather tonight too. I'm going Dulcich. Love that matchup against Arizona. Love the condensed target trade. It's working. I think our segment's back up, folks. Not on the chest off at least, but it works on some, not others. And hopefully the website's working for you out there. Where all our rankings and stuff is. But I'm definitely going Dulcich over Knox, and then I'm definitely going Dillon over Murray. Murray sucks. I don't ever want to play with Davis Murray. We have youngers. We got to keep our language better. I'm going Dillon over Murray for sure. What's up, Ben? Found it. Yeah. Well, do you have a question for me, Ben?
You will.
But I'm going Dolchicks and I'm going Dylan, Ben. For sure. All right, we left off before then. Oh, we got another live question, right? Time to shine. Oh, great to see you, Shiner. It's been a minute. Oh, good to see you, man.
Bench one of these. McLaurin, Garrett Wilson, Godwin, Olave. Garrett Wilson. Hey, a lot of Buckeyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna bench Garrett Wilson with Zach Wilson at quarterback. I mean, it would have been a much tougher question otherwise. But with Zach Wilson, he's so bad. So bad. Garrett Wilson averages 8 points with Zach Wilson, 19 points with Flacco, with anybody else, Mike White. It's crazy how good he is, and he's in such a good matchup. I hate benching him, but like those other, you got good options, good receivers. I can see why you're in the playoffs. But yeah, you got to bench Wilson with Zach Wilson. It's so scary. That's my play at least. Alrighty, we left off.
Color. Is it this? Yeah.
Sarno?
Half PPR flex, Foreman, Judy, Gallup, Pickens.
Hold on, I lost my.
We had that Justin
Yes.
Jefferson.
We did, yep. I'm going Foreman. I'm going Judy, actually. I really feel good about Judy. No one else to throw to. 3 touchdowns last week. I'm going to go Judy.
Kristen Mann, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Always love the man. Oh, we got a super chat. We got to cut to Mr. Thank you so much for the support today, Mr. Trey Sarasenko. That's like your 4th super chat. You're the man. Cheers.
Pick one of these half PPR. Elijah Moore, James Cook, Richie James, Hodgins, Chris Moore. Oh, no, or Chris Moore, would you say?
All right, so we got to pick 2 of these receivers, or just one.
Yeah, pick one.
I would definitely go Juju over all these guys.
No, I think that's
a separate question. Okay. I'm going to go Juju over Chris Moore. Even though, again, I like Chris Moore, I do, but not over Juju. So of these other guys, oh, man. I wish, and we had Mike White, this would be so easy.
Would you go James Cook in the snow?
No. I don't know. I'm going to go Richie James.
I'm going James Cook.
I'm going Richie James.
Just hope Buffalo runs the ball 1,000 times.
I'm going big game Richie James, baby. 9 targets last week. As long as he's healthy, he's good to go. And if not, I just stack up Danny Dimes. I'm with you. Combo those. So I would go James over Hodgins myself, though. But if James is out, then you can go Hodgins. That's tough. Mike White screwing us over there.
Chad is asking, would you pivot for Stevenson in 2 PPR league? White, Foreman, or Strong?
So assuming Stevenson's out, so if it's pivot, I'm guessing you have Stevenson, you need somebody else to go to. I would go to Foreman if Stevenson is out. Strong is close, though. If Stevenson's out, Harris is out. Strong's probably going to have a beastly day.
In the 2 PPR, I'd go White.
2 PPR league. Oh, man.
I've actually played in one of those. Completely wild.
Yeah, White might catch like 8 balls, so even if he has no yards, it's 60.
I would honestly go.
Yeah,
it's
White.
2 PPR.
Yeah, White's probably going to have 8 catches. That's how he's been.
I'd go White, Foreman, Strong.
Although, you know what? Last week, Fournette played 60% of the third down snaps. He kind of took the roll back. So I'm going Peter Strong there, actually. I feel good about him. And the 2 PPR are going to catch the ball a bunch.
Jose Vega, Watson, or
Cousins.
Komet or
Everett. What about you?
We actually don't have
I know. I think we only have like, maybe we rapid fire these. No, we could get through these. We didn't do this one. I don't. Hold on. We missed a bunch. Here we go. Emore, Cook, or Richie James. Richie James. Do you think Knox is worth putting in today?
No, that's where we're at.
Yeah, this is where we are.
None of your business.
Waddle.
Murray, CPAT, and
Waddle. Right?
Yeah. GR Reed, usually I'd agree with you, but where do you live?
We're up in Beverly, baby.
Have you ever tried doing anything in the snow when it's in the teeth?
We get plenty of snow. And what do I do? Nothing, usually.
What have you ever done in the snow? Well.
What have I ever done in the snow? I was born in the snow. You think the snow is your real life?
We're literally from Massachusetts.
Yes, we have lived in the snow. And I play football in the snow, and I think offensive players have a big advantage. Like,
it's only wind is all that matters.
Yeah, I've seen Tom Brady. I've seen Tom Brady for like 8 touchdowns. What have I seen in the snow? I've seen Pat Bailey go for 300 yards against Saugus, baby. Yeah.
Mr. Trey Sagan. Cook, Elijah Moore, Pierce, Aguilar, over. I think that's
that was the super chat he put in. Yeah.
Jeremiah Moore, you already did that one too.
Oh yeah.
Sam first, Kirk or Olave.
I'm going Olave over Kirk. What about you?
I don't like this matchup today. Who's that corner from Atlanta?
Terrell, AJ Terrell? I'm not worried about AJ Terrell. I'm going Olave.
Well, Kirk gonna stay in the Jaguars offense. Jose Vega, Bass, Will Lutz, or Jalen. I usually would say Bass, but usually
go Lutz against Atlanta. I go Lutz.
Jeff Lee picked Happy PR in the flex. Piron, Gabe Davis, Jameson Williams, Jeff Wilson.
Would you drop any for Chris Moore? I think I'd go Gabe, but if you didn't want to go Gabe, I would cut Jameson for Chris Moore. He'd be my next man up if you don't want to go Gabe. But I'm going to go Gabe Davis today.
So want to go Eastern?
Oh, yeah, we got a couple live ones. Let's do them.
The Fighting Twans are asking Evan Ingram versus Komet.
Oh, it's tough to bench Ingram after 30 points last week. I think I ride the Ingram train, man.
And then Gabe Davis or Curtis Samuel or
I'm going Gabe Davis there. I mean, other options just are so unappealing. Chris Moore, though, again, I love Chris Moore.
Steph Tanzella is asking, can we get sweatpants? Wow, a lot of people are asking for merchandise.
And the good news is shop.rotostreetjournal.com is live. And there are joggers on sweatshop.rotostreetjournal.com. So check it on out. There are sweatpants on there.
And leggings.
There's leggings as well, too, if you're looking for leggings. Apparently we have leggings, yes.
I designed it.
So hand designed by CJay and the Wolf himself. Print on demand, so we don't know exactly how long it will take. It's a soft opening, so we can try it out with the truest of the true fans here. But yes, you can get some sweatpants for sure. I can get a pair of sweatpants.
Should I drop the link in the chat?
Yeah, drop it in the chat. Why not? And we got another live question. I'll take this while you drop that link. Twan, Akers, Gibson, Samuel.
Shop that versus.
I think I'm going Akers. Green Bay's a bad run team. They, fifth most points to backs. Like, I like the Akers spot here. Gibson's next up. I don't trust Samuel at all, so I'm going to go Akers myself. What about you, Akers versus Gibson versus Samuel?
Akers is so gross.
Akers is gross, but he's been okay. They committed to him.
I'm going Gibson.
No, that's Robinson's job now. Robinson's taking over there.
Akers like him.
I'm going Akers. Akers for Twan. All right, we were at this one. Patrick Phelps. Henry, Chubb, A.J. Brown, Amon. Jeez, look at this team. Kelsey, Eagles. This is like no. Would I make any changes? No way. And that roster is ridiculous, Patrick. Well done. Thank you, Snoopy, for being here.
Nicola, would you go Tannehill, Deshaun Watson, or Lawrence? Well,
Lawrence, yeah. After that big game last time, let's go Lawrence.
Sam first, Olave or Christian Kirk?
Olave. We just answered that one. Yeah, we're going Olave. Ingram or Okonkwo? That's tough after Ingram's blow. I love Okonkwo.
I don't believe in Ingram.
Yeah.
We know better.
Yeah, exactly. Okonkwo's going to be steady right now.
Hayden Luke. Who to start half PPR? Pittman, Kirk, Watson. You go Watson over Pittman and Kirk?
Yes, 110%. You don't bench Christian Watson at this point. He's too damn good. The number one wide receiver since he took over as a starter.
D Showtime, Evans, Pierce, Chris Moore, Rashad White. I'm going Evans is really good.
Yeah, Chris Moore versus Evans is actually, well, you got Rashad White there too, who I know you love.
In the playoffs, you got to go with the guys.
You just got to hope Evans blows up. He's been so bad lately. I'm going to go Rashad White, actually. I'm going Rashad White there.
Alex Dine, do you trust Aaron Jones?
He doesn't have a fractured shin, does he?
It's a shin injury. It's fractured. It's
brutal. Yeah.
I'm going to like one of those little
shattered shin. I'm going Aaron Jones.
Jeremiah Moore, Komet, or Goddard. Yeah, he keeps asking about Goddard, but he's the only person asking. Is he playing too?
Goddard's playing on Sunday, yeah. I'd go Goddard. If he's in, I'm going Goddard.
Do you have him in your rankings?
Not yet. He's going to be activated today. If he's activated, he's going to be top 7 for me.
GR Reed, I'm going to start takes with Chase and Watson, but where do you live? Have you ever tried to do anything in the snow? GR is very concerned.
We do live in the snow.
Who do you think lives further up north, Tunes or GR?
Yeah, right, exactly. We do know snow.
I love this measuring contest.
You should not bench Josh Allen, no way.
Jeremiah Moore, Palmer.
Depends who the Moore is. Is it DJ Moore or Elijah Moore? Or Chris Moore? Palmer. Palmer against Tennessee. It's a great matchup. Palmer.
Jimmy Lawrence, Pierce or Campbell?
I actually like Pierce more than Campbell. What do you think of the two?
That's
Pierce blew up
Keeks
last
actually
game.
was on Pierce's prize
Ooh. We'll ride with our guy Keegs and go Alec Pierce today.
over 7 fantasy.
I like it. I do. I love Pierce today on DraftKings. Ooh, we got a super chat. Our guy Frazier. Oh yes, Frazier. I will definitely send you that podcast. I didn't know you sent me a message. I was looking for that. Garrett Wilson or play Montgomery or White. I go Montgomery over Garrett Wilson. What about you?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Especially with all the weapons in the Cleveland in Chicago, it's going to be Fields and Montgomery.
It's just going to be run. Yeah, I agree. We're going Montgomery. We are Palmer and Moore, Pierce or Campbell, so we each had a few left.
Is this the right one?
White, Swift, Akers, or Knight?
I'm going Rashad.
I'm going Swift. I'm going Swift there. Snoopy.
But Mateo, Allen, and Diggs are going to be doing snow angels. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Don't bench them. You gotta ride them out. Because Allen especially too, it's like he could run for 3 touchdowns. He doesn't need to throw. Pierre Strong or Kevin Harris, I definitely prefer Pierre Strong if it's one or the other. And just a reminder, the merch store is now live. It be so awesome. You guys should check it out, test it out. Let's see how it goes. We'll back soft opening here before we market it heavy. But I think it's going to be awesome. Thank you again so much. It's been a lot of work to get that up.
And also, message us if there are any issues.
Yeah, admin at
email
Rosary Journal.
anything if you want to get in touch with us. Let us know if there are any issues.
GRP, I love you. Komet or Okonkwo? I'm going Okonkwo.
Yes.
Have you ever done anything in the snow? Beverly's in Massachusetts, North Shore.
Who doesn't know what that is?
Who doesn't know Beverly, Massachusetts? Got a place on there.
Susan Batter, Full PPR, Godwin, Peoples Jones, Moore, Judy, pick 3. So bench 1.
Definitely going Godwin. I'm going Judy, and I'm going to go Peoples Jones over. I don't know which more it is, but any of them.
Everyone's first one.
Yeah, I do love it.
Wait, then should I flex Zeke?
Oh,
Would you go Zeke over Connor?
yes.
You go Zeke over
Zeke's too safe. He is. He's so good.
Millie, one more roll out. Jack and Schultz. Would you drop Hunter Henry for Huntley?
I don't know if you QB insurance. No, not for Dak. You're fine.
When you're in the playoffs,
You don't know. You can always get Huntley next week if you truly needed him. No, Hunter Henry doesn't even rock with him. I would drop Hunter Henry for like a handcuff. A backup that could end up going crazy. Jeff Mason, well, not Jordan Mason at this point, but like, what about Josh Kelly? If something happened to Eckler, that's where I would go.
Jeremiah's asking Chris Moore or Palmer?
Chris Moore and Palmer. Yeah, we got the super chat, David. We already answered it. Thank you, big brother. I'm going to go Palmer over Chris Moore. What do you think? Ooh. Thank you, Ben. I'm sure this is a really nice one. I'm going to go Palmer. All right, from Ben. Thanks, Tom. If you call yourself the Wolf, show us your loudest victory howl. Do it like you mean it. Only for Ben, I would do this. Oh! For Ben! What do you think, Ben? Good? Yeah. Woo!
Again? One more.
Oh! Oh, man. Great question, Ben.
I wish someone took a picture of that.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Need to chug. Chris Moore, Palmer. I'm going Palmer. What about you?
Chris Moore. Palmer receiver 3.
I like Palmer against Tennessee.
Synergy, Tua or Trevor?
I might actually bench Tua for Trevor this week. I'm going to adjust my rankings to show that. Yeah. You're the man, GR. No worries. We're giving it to you.
Triple cross, start 2, Evans, Watson. We're going Watson.
Yeah, definitely 110%. We're going to start 2. So we're going to go Watson, and I'm going to go Robinson. I feel pretty good about Robinson. What about you?
Yeah, I told you I'm off night this week.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that.
Joe Slanzino, need a flex, full PPR, Garrett Wilson, and Jalen Waddle.
I like Pittman there. Nice save. Most points allowed to outside receivers. Show me your war face crack. My 5-year-old daughter just howled in the other room with you. Yeah. I love it. Everybody's howling for the live show. Good stuff, Todd Exotic. Thanks for being here. Good to see you, Todd. You're the man.
Just Slater, Eli Moore.
Slater. I'm not trusting Eli Moore this week. I know. Well, Wolfpack, that wraps up the least live stream here. We'll thank the show. But thank you for those of you YouTube, roasterjoe.com. We're breeding you fancy wolves. Shop.roasterjoe.com is where our new merch store is. And we'll be live. Me and CJ will make it work tomorrow so we can get all your questions yet again with the updates that you're going to need to know. So we'll be live again. But thank you again so much. I did have one.
We do have one from Meat Sweats. How do you rank buttered biscuit? The Jacob's biscuit sandwich, the cheesy bird bacon sandwich, or the porky biscuit sandwich?
Ooh. I love all their biscuit sandwiches, Meat Sweats. They're all great. From experience, the cheesy bird is unreal. Just tell me, if you like cheese, and who doesn't? The cheesy bird is A+. I've never tried the Jacob. I might venture out today, but if you want a guaranteed sturdy RB1, cheesy bird gets it done. Good stuff. For the love of God, what do I do with Tua? Play Matt Ryan or even Zeke Wilson? If you're that desperate, you got to go to Tua. I actually like Matt Ryan today. I do, but I'm gonna go Tua there. Harris or Montgomery? I'm going Najee, and then Okonkwo or Kmet. I think I'm going Kmet. What do you think?
Okonkwo. I feel like we're not being. I feel like you said Okonkwo.
I do. Yeah, no, I agree. I go Okonkwo. Yeah. And greetings from Sam McWell. Hey, look at us getting international. Alrighty. And thanks to you, lad. 2 wide receiver flex leagues. Well, yeah, we'll do the giveaway. My wide receivers are Stephon, Devontae, M. Evans, AJB. All these questions are coming in. Of course, it's right at the last second. Do I bench Stephon and put Jamal Williams? No. And no, not over in that. You could do Jamal over Evans, though, is what I would probably do. 1 running back, 2 flex, Swift, B-Rob, Pacheco, Zay Jones. I'm going to go B-Rob and Pacheco there. Rock out. And Jeff Lee, last question, because you're an absolute man. Jamal Williams, Rashad White, or Samaje. You got to go Jamal Williams and hope for the touchdown. All right. Thank you for the of you live last year. We're ending that now, so we can go live at Old Planters Brewing. Thank you again so much. RoasterJoe.com. We're breeding fancy wolves. Shop at RoasterJoe.com. Soft opening. Check out the merch store. Let us know what you think, what you need. Great stuff. Last call for subs and thumbs up button. If you're new here, Braden Smith, rock out, Eduardo, catch us at the end. Supreme Train. Hit that sub button. Help us push 3K. Thank you so much.